guys.
Hello, guys.
How are you doing?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another episode of Ebony and Ruth podcast. So,
How are you, honey?
I'm okay, I think. I mean, yeah, for sure I'm okay. I'm fine. Some days are busier than others when it comes to everything that we have to do. But I would say, although it's difficult to set up, to have this setting, it's always a nice time, to be and talk about different topics with you.
Yeah.
To spend some time together and address some issues, but also, I think it's refreshing in a way. So, I would say I'm fine.
How's the Christmas season?
Christmas season, my wife made the whole season. Like, she's a man. I don't even know what the word is. Whether it's a Christmas freak or just a Christmas lover. Let's just use lover. I also love Christmases, but my wife's level is another. And she made like different gifts for the Advent period. And then also like everywhere is just decorated for Christmas. And I think I would say I just appreciate how she brings in the mood, into the family, into the home. I would always tell her, like, thank God, we have you, to do that. Because for me, forget about it. Like, we're just gonna wait, and on that day, we're gonna have a lot of fun. And then after that day is over, like, men don't really take a lot of time to prepare or plan things like this, and it takes a woman that is quite homely to make a period of celebration, enjoyable, worth celebrating. And also, a lot of the times, for me, I'm so focused on other things that I don't see some things. For example, I'm so focused on work, or focused on planning, vision, ministry, whatever, that I don't really see the details that makes the home homely. And that's where when you're blessed with a good wife, and also a good mother for the children, it can make an event memorable. I can still remember growing up back in Nigeria, and the people that made the events memorable were either my mom or my grandmother. Somehow the women just know how to make events stand out.
When it comes to Christmas stuff, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm known, like, everybody now, like, surrounding knows. I actually, in fact, go to people and decorate their houses.
That's for sure.
I come with decorations.
That's
Since
for sure.
right now we don't really have a house to decorate. Like, even here, I already decorated. I can do that much. So now I'm like, okay, well, since I don't have a house, I'm gonna come to you.
Yeah.
And don't tell me that you don't want to have a Christmas tree, because you will have a Christmas tree. As long as I'm your friend, you will have a Christmas tree.
Just gonna make them celebrate by force,
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, but I don't think we need it. And then once she does it, like, oh wow, it's quite beautiful.
Yeah.
We do need it.
Yes.
It's like a lot of times you don't even know because you're so focused on other stuff.
And they think it's like such a big deal, but it doesn't actually take that much time to do. So.
But yeah, it's just, once you have someone that is blessed to do that, like, it's amazing in that sense. Yeah.
So how about me, in case you guys want Christmas
she even
decoration?
like got like different. I wasn't even thinking about like this Advent period. Like, okay, back in Nigeria we don't have Advent period. We only I wouldn't say we don't have it, but we don't celebrate it. We only get gifts during Christmas, 24th,
and even the gifts are
or
different
25th.
also.
It's quite different. A lot of times it's clothes, but it's still a gift. And so she got some gifts, for me and the kids, during the Advent period. I was like, shoot.
Not big things,
But
just
shoot.
little.
I didn't really even think about it. Like, it's something that we needed gifts for. Now I have to get a gift for her too.
I was like, I told you not to get anything.
Like, don't get anything. I'm like, right.
No.
She was like, don't get anything. I don't want any gift.
I really didn't want.
Yeah, I know she doesn't want it, but there's no way I can just keep taking
You
from
would
her.
have bad conscience.
Taking from her. That was her plan anyway. Taking gifts from her
didn't.
and not want to give something. It's like
our
a ripple,
money anyways.
It's like a ripple effect and stuff like that. I was like, babe, I didn't know that you were gonna buy all this stuff. We didn't even talk about this.
Yeah, actually, this was also in his calendar.
But it's a gift. Yeah, one of those things. So I was like, all right, now let's go buy some stuff. So yeah, I got some stuff too. But I think there's some things that you learn, coming from different backgrounds, living together. It's all about just making whoever you're with feel at home and happy in that sense.
We should call this episode "How We Celebrate Christmas."
Yeah.
I think we actually wanted to talk about something completely
else,
different,
but now we're going to just talk
about.
But
I think we're just going to talk about celebrating Christmas, and how it's different, and just Christmas or like different events that we are used to and you guys are used to, and how.
But especially how Christmas is celebrated in the West. So for us,
positive and negative sides. Also.
For us, like the main topic, factor, person in Christmas is Jesus.
Yes.
We believe. Of course, he wasn't born on Christmas Day, but Christians agreed to celebrate his birth.
Wait, do you guys have a crib then too, instead of a tree?
I mean, depends on where. Like, okay, the whole tree concept is very Western.
Yeah.
Like we didn't like there's true. Like the tree has nothing to do with the birth of Jesus. It's like a new thing people just celebrate, and we just
did you explain this?
Go along with
the tree.
The tree.
You guys had like this explanation why we would have a tree.
Yeah, because we wanted to redeem the idea of having a tree because we didn't see a reason for it, because there's no part of the Bible that attaches a tree to the birth of Jesus. Yeah. But our explanation was mostly, okay, let's just say it this way. Christ is the tree. He is the vine, and we are the branches. And the star on the tree represents, first of all, it could represent the star that led the wise men to Jesus, but it could also represent
morning star.
Christ himself. He is the bright and morning star. Yeah. So our own perception of the tree changed. Like we didn't really, I don't even know why. Like the ornaments could be gifts or just decorations or whatever, but we wanted to redeem the idea of it, that it's not just an activity of having a tree in that sense. So right now in this day and age, we are struggling to reconcile between the tradition of Christmas celebration with the actual celebration of the birth of Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
But how was it for you growing up?
I think like the Western culture, of course, there's a lot of marketing nowadays. Like people use every special occasion to do marketing and to do and sell stuff. So of course, in Christmas you would get a lot of advertisement, and you get to choose a lot of things as the kids, and you have a lot of gifts. Like my parents would always go all out. Bless them for always being able to do that, and like giving us a really nice Christmas most of the times, and really wherever we were, we knew that we would get gifts, despite of our situation. And so like we really had nice Christmas, and it was very family based, and very, you have your family, the ones that are close to you together. And we would have a Christmas tree, definitely. There was a season where we actually had a crib and not a Christmas tree, because we were like, okay, this is weird, this whole situation, or this whole thing about the idea of Christmas tree. So we did like 1 or 2 or 3 years with a crib. My dad actually built one,
which is crib really, for baby Jesus.
Yes,
you mean? Yeah.
So which is really cool, and so it was quite big. And then we had like hay underneath and on it, and then we put the presents all around it, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. Like I like that idea. And then, of course, later on, we were like, okay, we want a real Christmas tree, because it's just also nice to decorate it. And so, like, it was, Christmas in itself was quite busy and quite a lot, and like a lot of gifts, and like, just like also our tradition. It's not the typical German tradition. I would say our Christmas is more Swedish in our household. And so we would actually start cooking on the 23rd or 4th. And we would also get the tree normally on the 24th, and then decorate it on the 24th. Normally in Sweden, you go out to the woods, get your own tree, bring it inside. It's like the most beautiful cinematic thing, like how you picture it. It's like everything is white. You go outside. My grandma has like a huge property, and like part of the forest is also hers. And so you
Yeah.
would go out, cut the tree, bring it inside, and then everybody gets like a warm hot chocolate because it was cold outside, and
Yeah.
then you have the fireplace, and it's very nostalgic. I'm sorry, but that's why I love Christmas. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I bring you guys into my world right now. So like you go outside, you have like thousands of different clothes on, and it's minus degrees, and you like shaking.
Minus degrees. Can you imagine?
And then you come inside and you get your hot chocolate.
If it was minus degrees in Nigeria, there would be no Christmas.
No.
Minus.
And then you put the tree up, and then we start decorating it all together. So it's
Yeah.
like a family thing, and we decorate it all together while, having back then you would always have in the afternoon you would have Donald Duck, the Swedish Donald Duck.
Yeah.
And then we would watch Donald Duck while we would decorate it, or I don't know. But that's like how we would do it. And then on the 24th is just preparing. So we would cook for actually 2-3 days. To last 2-3 days, not to cook 2-3 days, but that the food would last for 2-3 days, through the whole Christmas period. And so we would cook 23rd and 24th, like fish, different types of fish, salmon, but also the fish that you put in the jar and then put onions, and you actually really like it.
Yeah,
My parents do that, and you do that really fresh with vinegar and with salt and sugar, and like it's really good. And then we would have normal fish, salmon, cooked fish, but also raw. Then you have meat, meatballs. We would do meatballs, like thousands of meatballs, like so much, and it tastes better by day. Like while the days are passing, it actually tastes better. I'm getting just all saliva.
Yeah, probably want to skip the food part and go to the other part. Yeah.
But yeah, we would have like ham and like different kind of stuff. And so we cook that, and then we eat together. Mostly like the eating process is like we all sit in one table. It's nicely decorated. We have our Christmas clothes on. And then on the 24th, we celebrate on the 24th. We would do that. And then, and then we would do that. And then afterwards we would get the gifts. So that would be our 24th. And then 25th and 26th would be mostly the days where we can play with the new toys. We have family time together. We eat together. We watch movies together.
Yeah.
Of course, on the
Did you guys have the idea of Santa Claus giving you gifts?
25th. I mean, my parents never, because I grew up in a Christian home.
Okay.
And so my parents were very strict in that sense, and saying, okay, we celebrate Christmas because of Jesus, and Jesus' birth. So it's Jesus' birthday actually. And we knew that there's Santa Claus, and everybody's talking about Santa Claus, but my mom never made us write a wish list to Santa Claus, or saying naughty or good list or anything like that. So she would always just ask us, hey, what is your wish for Christmas? And then we would always read the story of Jesus' birth also during the Christmas festive periods. And so like ours, I would say, was more Christian based because of how I grew up. But I know nowadays, even Christians, they somehow combine this whole thing even with Santa Claus, and even have people, the fathers, going out as Santa Claus and really dressing up and like doing all that stuff and like giving them, the kids, the toys and everything. So like for us, we never really had. Now a big thing also is the elves, the elf on the shelf. You know that? Yeah,
I heard about that too.
That's like a huge thing also.
That was never something back home that we grew up with. So the idea for giving gifts was mostly that Jesus got gifts by the wise man when they came to see him. But right now we don't really see him in person. So instead of giving him gifts, we give each other gifts. Yeah. So that was the idea of bringing gifts. But we never really had the idea. We saw movies about Santa Claus. Yes. And for us, it was very funny to watch. It was quite fun. We always watched it.
Yeah, of course, but, us too, yeah.
But I was like, there's no way we're doing that at our home. It's nice to watch, but no. So our parents will always tell us, like, a lot of times we would get clothes, and when we were growing up, we get Christmas clothes,
Yeah.
and those clothes are the clothes you would wear on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So the excitement was actually to unpack those clothes, and that day, my goodness, the way you're gonna walk, like even if you wanted to,
This
even
walk,
if
this, with the shoulders and your leg that looks like you have a broken leg, and then you just,
whatever different style of walking, and even if like normally we like to take like the what do you call it, the bikes, like bike rides. You can pay for a bike to take you. Normally you have taxis, but back home we have like also bikes that act as taxis, and also including taxis too.
How do you call it?
Okada.
Okada.
So you have Okada that will take you around, and then
But
you
you have
have
tuk-tuk as well.
you have keke na pep. You guys call
Okay.
it tuk tuk.
Yeah.
It's like the three wheel vehicle. Then you have the normal cars, and so normally for everywhere we wanted to go or we want to go, we would take the bike rides.
Why?
But this time around,
Okay. Oh, I thought you would take it for Christmas.
no.
Sorry.
Normally on a normal day, we'll
Okay.
just take the bike rides because we don't want to walk too far. We didn't grow up loving to just take a long walk. Like for us, it was a punishment. It was like trekking. For you guys, you call it hiking or going for a
Love
walk.
it,
But
yeah.
we didn't grow up with that, especially in the hot weather. No way.
I forgot we actually do that on 25th and 26th. Have a long walk
Yeah.
in the snow.
Good for you guys. But on that day we would walk for sure because we wanted everybody to see what
Really?
clothes we were wearing. Of course, you would take a walk on that day. You just be bouncing and just walking, and you just feeling yourself that day. It's that because the clothes are only new for that day. The next day they're no longer new. Another
I
tradition
can
was
see
that
like little Ebenezer having his hair, like the way he was talking and
I
walking.
wish I was the
and he
only
was, like
one.
grooving,
we're all in
and
a
like
group.
his necklace and his
We're all in the group. And another tradition would be to take food and give food
Yeah.
to your neighbors. So would cook food, and then
But who takes the
everybody-
food? The
What?
kids mostly, or not?
yeah, not the adults. The kids take the food to the neighbors. So the kids will, and we're very excited to take the food to the neighbors. Not because we loved to give them food, but because we loved what they would give us back in return. It was almost like it was almost like Halloween, the way the gifts
Yeah.
of Halloween, but it was different. For Christmas, you would give your neighbors food, and then your neighbors would, give the kid some money and say Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And so, man, we're very happy, and we knew those people that were stingy, that would not want to give money.
So you don't go there.
We did not want to go there, but our parents would make us go there.
But in a way, I
Yeah.
like that idea because
our
it
parents will
teaches
make it-
you to have a
Because
giving heart.
Because for them, it
Yeah.
wasn't about getting money back. For them,
right.
it was like just giving people food and blessing them on Christmas Day. But for us, we were very selective on where we wanted to go. So we would pick out the houses that we wanted to go to, although we knew that our parents might not approve of those choices.
Yeah.
But we'll pick it out. Like, I want to go here. I want to go here. And so we knew those places that were quite stingy and didn't want to give money. So, but we had to still give them food. But
So who was sent to those?
But most, it doesn't matter. They
little
could
kids.
just select whoever. Our parents would select whoever.
Oh, okay.
Like, it wasn't just one person that was stingy. Maybe out of a list of 20, you have like 5 that were not giving anything.
Yeah.
So everybody will have an equal share of
Okay. Smart.
those people. And they'd be like,
And the parents knew about it.
it was fun for them. But they were like, how was that? And like, they even give me anything.
have
And
that face you
But
would have.
even all of us, we knew it. So when we go to give food in that place, we didn't take much time.
So, okay, bye. Have
Just
a
come and
Christmas.
say, our parents said we should give you. Take.
Drop it like it's hot.
You better not drop the food. Our parents said we should give you. Thank you. Greetings to your parents. I'm like, I'm not going to tell them any greetings. In my mind, I'm not telling them anything. But the other ones that we knew would give money with a big smile.
But did it
Merry
at some point
Christmas.
happen that those greedy men or greedy people did give you some?
Once in a while, they would shock you.
Yeah.
And then the other kids would wish that they went to those people.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when they did give you something,
Mhm.
it was more than any other places that you went
Yeah.
to. Or sometimes they wouldn't give you money. There are people who would give you food back
Yeah.
in return. So they would say, hey, take this food. And the food, because the thing is that somehow, because you've gotten so used to your own parents' food,
Yeah, household. Yeah.
like food from outside tastes better in a way for you
Mhm.
on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So there's some people that didn't know how to cook. That was for sure.
You don't
For
touch
sure.
that.
I would just take it home. I'll just try it. I'm like, I'll just cover it. I'm like, who wants to eat? That's the thing. If your
Hey,
sibling,
Joshua. Hey, Mano, I have some really special for you.
if your sibling asks you, do you want to eat? Be very careful. Because if it was good, they wouldn't ask you so easily.
Wickedness.
It was love. It was love in a different way. You know, one man's food is another man's poison. The fact that I don't like it does not mean that you wouldn't like it. But anyway, that's how we grew up with Christmas. So we loved it. Another part of Christmas that was quite special to us, like very nice, was when we actually got to go to my grandparents' place. Because then you would have uncles and aunties and cousins and family members, relatives that you never knew existed. Like on Christmas Day, we all gather together and the food.
It's party.
It's just a party. Not just the food, the mood.
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing, you know, that you don't want it to end in that sense.
So you guys celebrate on 25th and 26th.
Okay. You guys actually celebrate on 24th.
Yeah,
for us, 24th is
26th.
like Christmas Eve for us. It's not Christmas.
Okay.
So we actually go to the church.
We also go in the church. On the 24th, we go to the church. After church, like church is mostly between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then at 7, we eat dinner, which mostly goes like 1-2 hours. And then after that, in the night, the kids, that's the most fun is the kids are allowed to stay up longer.
Oh, yeah.
We were so excited about that. We don't have to go to bed by 8 or 9. We can stay up until 12, sometimes even midnight or past midnight. And so, like, we'll go to church, have dinner, and then have the unpacking of the gifts.
So I think we also had that too.
And then on 24th, early in the morning in Sweden.
On the 24th?
And the 25th, early in the morning, you actually have sleighs and horses. And then you can see all of them coming from the town going to the church in the very early in the morning. It's still dark outside. And they have their lanterns. And then you ride to the church with the sleigh and the horse.
Interesting.
And then you light up a church and you have a little bit of a Sunday morning service basically on the 25th.
Fancy Christmas.
Very,
Horse.
very early.
Horse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for us it was different. 24th night, a lot of people would go to church and still go to church on the 25th. But then the service would be a later service in that sense. But it was mostly about the fellowship, the food, the gifts.
Yeah.
But centered around the birth of Jesus. Like we understood that a lot of the things that we celebrate as Christian celebrations have pagan roots.
Yeah.
For example, Easter used to be something else, you know. Christmas used to be a different pagan celebration.
Yeah.
A lot of the times we trying to redeem the celebration to mean something different for us in the faith that we can celebrate. Yeah. Now, for those that are not Christians, we celebrate for a different reason, of course. Yeah. And it's all about Santa Claus and other stuff that happens during that time. But yeah,
you know
that's
that
Christmas
Santa
for
Claus
us.
existed. We also have
It's Saint Nicholas or whatever. Yeah.
We actually celebrate in Germany. We celebrate Saint Nicholas Day on the 6th of December, which would be in our case tomorrow. So we celebrate that, and we celebrate it by having goodies in your shoe. So the day before that happens, we have to clean our shoes. Like everybody goes and cleans their shoes, their boots.
Imagine they put stuff in your shoe, and your shoe stinks.
And then we
you're not gonna eat that stuff. That stuff is as good as being thrown in the trash.
So of course you need to make sure that everything is clean.
I have to buy a new shoe for that event.
And then you fill it up with like tangerines and nuts and a little bit of some sweets and some. Nowadays everybody goes big on it, and sometimes they even buy toys and stuff like that, which I think is a little too much sometimes. But
those that have the money to do that, yeah, I guess.
But yeah, so like we do that, and he comes at the night, so the kids go to sleep, and in the morning when they wake up, see the shoes, and it's like such joy. It's so.
But
cute.
technically, it's the parents that are doing that.
Yeah,
But
of course.
columns, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So, but it was Saint Nicholas. Actually, it comes from the story of Saint Nicholas, what he did by giving children food and toys and like things basically. And he wasn't that wealthy. He was just had the heart to do that, and so it comes from that background. Basically, why we celebrate him.
No, I think that's worth celebrating.
Yeah, which I think is also cool.
There's Martin Luther King Day. There's days that we used to celebrate people that did something outstanding for humanity. So I think if you have a day to celebrate what he did, I think it's good. The combination though of or replacing the idea of Jesus with Santa Claus is just the idea that most Christians that I know don't really agree with.
Yeah.
And I understand why in that sense. But this Christmas, we'll be traveling, babe.
Yes, we will be traveling. Actually, it's funny because we have not really yet have our own family traditions. Like mostly people have their own family traditions, and we're still kind of on the journey of figuring that out. Like there's some things that we do.
I think I'm actually happy that we now have a tradition. I think the fact that it can be different on different Christmas occasions makes it that the tradition doesn't become like the idol or whatever.
No, that's true. But I would like to start actually this year to bake a cake for Jesus and then sing happy birthday to Jesus.
I'm fine with that.
So this year, because the kids are getting older now, and so this year was my first year of doing this calendar for them, because I felt like, okay, they're now in the age, they've been asking me, talking about Christmas. Well, like since we have decorations up actually, and since Halloween, because we were trying to tell them that we are not celebrating Halloween, but we are celebrating Christmas. And because I love Christmas, I already decorated while Halloween was going on.
Yeah, that's how far gone. Like that's how far away she started decorating.
As soon my birthday passes.
In October, she started decorating for Christmas.
No, it was like as soon my birthday, because my birthday is on the 20th, and for that I don't want to have Christmas decorations. But then as soon that day passes, I'm like, okay, now
time for Christmas.
What
Next celebration. Yeah.
So I actually start very early.
But who's gonna eat the cake?
And we all ate the cake for Jesus.
How nice of you.
But but
another extra sugar that we have to consume for Jesus.
I can do sugar free.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
I can do like a healthy pancake cake. Pancake cake. Because in Sweden we have pannkakstårta. It's a real thing actually, where we do pancake cake, and it's really cool because you do pancakes and then layers, and then in between you have cream.
You have cream.
And
all right, let's not talk about that right now. Thank you very much. Just do it. I don't want to start imagining that right now.
And all the food I'm thinking about.
I'm telling you, my friend. I didn't even mention the food part of Christmas for us, what we cook. But you mentioned all the list of food you guys have. There are two main foods that we actually have in Nigeria. It's mostly fried rice. I mean, during Christmas, we have other kinds of food. But during Christmas, there are two main foods that are cooked. All include rice.
Yeah.
But it's like fried rice or jollof rice or some people do coconut rice.
All love coconut rice.
Just different kinds of rice. And the meat, oh my goodness. It could be...
Stop talking about the meat!
It could be beef or goat meat or
pepper
chicken
soup?
meat, but it's like fried, boiled and then fried in different spices or whatever. So that period is a nice period for kids.
But you cook it fresh every day?
No.
So how do you guys do it then?
We just cook once, like we cook in bulk.
Okay.
And then you put it in the fridge or whatever.
Okay. And so you have that for the 25th and the 26th?
Yeah, if you ever get to it, because you can also have food from outside. Okay. So you have so much food, it's crazy.
But if everybody's doing that,
yes,
that means you have a lot of different rice.
Different kinds, yeah. You can try. Okay. And so a lot of times you don't really eat to get full. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy another taste.
It's just rice and meat.
Mostly, yeah.
Not like any egusi or okra or.
I've never seen that. Somebody made okra for Christmas.
Actually,
You
this year I wanted
you
to do
would-
that.
You would ruin the whole event. Like, who be this idiot? Okra.
Okay, I
For
guess I will
Christmas.
not do that then.
The tradition was mostly some kind of rice.
Okay.
I've never really. I mean, I think it'd be fun to try different kind of food
Yeah.
for Christmas because not everybody can afford rice in some
I
parts.
think
of
we
Nigeria.
should do it this year. That I also bring some salmon and some like Swedish stuff to it. So we do some Nigerian and some Swedish stuff.
Sure.
So we have
I mean,
some fish and
we plan
meatballs.
to we plan to
and
be in
stuff
the
like that.
UK during Christmas because
Oh, yeah.
my younger brother is there doing his masters, and we also have a family friend living
Yeah.
there, so they're Nigerians too.
Mm.
So this Christmas will be
Partying in England.
Nigerian abroad.
Yes.
I mean England, aka Nigeria, because we
Yeah.
all know that the amount of Nigerians in England is like
They're about to take over England.
Nigeria is like a state. I mean England's like a state of Nigeria somewhere
Yeah.
far away, So we'll be there for Christmas, and we look forward to how it's gonna go.
It's so exciting because we love to travel also. Like we started this, I mean, we mostly, sometimes we even celebrate with our friends and then partly with my family also. We've did that. And so this time is actually the first time that we are celebrating somewhere else
True.
for Christmas.
Most times we would do it with your parents or your family. Yeah.
Or Uno and Rebecca.
yeah.
So that would be like on the 26th or 27th.
hmm
Where we celebrate with our friends and we have like friends gathering
Yeah.
and we do that. It's really nice. But this year it's actually our first time because we felt like, okay, we don't want to celebrate with the little family that we have here that is not in Nigeria, like Joshua.
Yeah, but
That's
also we
important.
didn't want him to be by himself
Yeah.
in the UK celebrating Christmas.
So
It's gonna be a road trip.
gonna be a road trip.
Should be fun, and then we take the ferry over
Yeah.
to the UK.
And the kids
Yeah.
are so excited already.
Yes.
They're so excited.
I mean, they also love the gifts that they get to have
Yeah.
every day. Just like, oh, we're gonna get goodies.
yes.
We're gonna get goodies tomorrow. Like they're so excited.
goodies
know.
in English, but then they say also goodies. And goodies
In-
means in Swedish sweets.
Sweets, yeah.
So I
Yeah.
normally they don't eat as much sweets as they do right now. I'm like shocked.
I mean, it's not every gift that they get that
No.
contains sweet.
so I try to actually minimize it.
Very
in
important.
sweets and not having too much
Otherwise,
sweets.
after Christmas, they're gonna have cavities. I'm like,
yes.
oh wow, nice celebration.
And so like we have different things also like
Yeah, toys.
and water bottle and
Even clothes sometimes.
yeah. My
Oh,
husband gets
nice,
clothes and slippers,
Nice
Christmas slippers.
cozy slippers for winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because mostly for gifts, as in gifts, we don't really sell, like we don't give each other that many gifts most of the times. We didn't do that last year.
I mean, we do give, like, I wouldn't say it's a lot of gifts, but mostly significant gifts, like
Yeah.
that cost way more money
Yeah.
than just a couple of sweets.
But it's
you know?
not like as much celebrated as our birthdays.
No.
So our birthdays are mostly in this household, in Jonathan's household. Our birthdays are more celebrated than
I wouldn't say more
no,
celebrated.
but like it's in as in
like
gifts.
the amount, like the cost of the gifts that we give each other is way more significant in our birthdays,
Mhm.
because mostly the birthday is focused on the person.
Yeah.
But with Christmas, we just give gifts, but it's not really focused on
We
us.
actually like giving gifts to others, so
Yeah.
we do that a lot. The kids, of course, they get gifts. We minimize it as much as we can, like having just 2 gifts, and then connecting it to an experience. We've also tried to do that more, to do more experiences as gifts than gifts in general. And then we also always ask ourselves, okay, do they really need it? And what do they play the most with right now? For example, right now they love knight armor and stuff like that. They love playing the knight and having sword and a shield, and they've read too many and heard and listened too much of Christian
David and Goliath.
Christian stuff.
David and Goliath.
David and Goliath, but
All
also the
different-
armor of
the
God.
armor of God. And
Jason was like the other day, he was like, I have the armor of God and now I'm strong in the word. He was like preaching and I was like, yes.
it was like Daniel, lion's den.
Yeah.
Or like Jonah, he went into the boat. I'm like, oh my goodness. This guy knows a lot of Bible stories now.
Yes, I need to be careful. I need to catch up by reading the word.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so,
that's Christmas for us, you know.
that's what we
Wanted
do.
to just share a little bit on how that looks like for us. Let us know, how are you celebrating your Christmas?
Yeah.
Comment below. And yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I hope also that you guys have a good Christmas period and that you enjoy the lights, the laughter, the love, and that you get to feel it. And for those that don't, we're just gonna bless you. We're just gonna pray for you. We're gonna hope that you get the opportunity to surround yourself with people that you love, that love you, and that it's a warm Christmas for you.
Yeah, and that
We need
also
that.
we also pray and hope that we are fully aware, or we are reminded of the birth of Jesus,
Yeah.
which is very significant for us as Christians,
Yeah.
because that birth changed history,
Yeah.
actually divided time,
Yeah.
where now we have BC
Yeah.
and AC, before Christ and after
After
Christ.
Christ.
That birth divided, actually literally divided time.
Yeah.
So
So
I
we
hope
pray
you are
for
reminded of that and you're blessed by it.
Yeah.
So
Until then,
we'll see you in the next episode, guys.
bye bye.
Bye.
Adios, amigos. Buenas noches.